What's up, YouTube? This is the Diversion Pant from Western Rise. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. It's stretchy, featuring some four-way stretch, a two-layer double weave fabric, apparently. It also has stain resistance, like you can slough stuff off pretty easily. Though I would say their other pant, the Evolution Pant, which looks very similar, it's definitely thinner. The Evolution Pant is thinner, and it does a little better in stain resistance. However, I prefer this Diversion for the regular everyday use personally. Now, if you don't know, Western Rise are sort of crushing the game as far as the clothing that you can go out on a hike, take a meeting with like your board of directors, and meet your buddies out for drinks afterwards in. I always think of Michelob Ultra commercials, like where you're rollerblading to work. But this high performance living of mine, it needs a pant that can move, that can stretch. I need to be able to pick up my kids. I need to be able to hop fences, right? This like rugged, you know, dirt sloughing off, water staining. You can throw their ads. There's always like people, for some reason, people are just pouring things on their pants these days. I've actually grown accustomed to this because, like, you know, toddler tantrum shrapnel gets on my pants sitting outside in the dirt. I like being outside. If you don't get a little bit of nature in your life, there's like a whole bunch of free therapy you're missing out on. I've really gotten accustomed to the sort of durability, the slough off factor on both of these pants, and I'd say the Evolution does do a little bit better in the slough offage just because this is a softer woven like feel. It feels a little closer to like a cotton, a regular fabric. I like that about these Diversion pants. The stretch on these Diversion pants really is nice. You can get into your warrior poses. You can, you know, not skip leg day. They're not as like infinitely stretchy as like, I mean, they really, it's so strange because they don't look like they're gonna stretch the way they do. They don't even necessarily feel, like you feel some constriction, like whereas other pants were like, we're so stretchy. They're like, they really are, but they look stretchy. It's like leggings. Overall, I think these have a really nice look, you know? you just like, you wake up in the morning, you throw these on, and you've got more than half of your job for the day is done. But it pairs well with t-shirts, with button-up shirts, with sweaters and jackets and stuff like that. It's stylish enough for work, but durable enough for all the play stuff that I need to do in life. All the regular dadding. When I travel and I just have one pair of pants, like I have no problem lounging in these because you've got all the stretch and all that stuff. But if I'm at home and I know that it's like gonna be a lazy Sunday, I'm gonna reach for my marine layer sweatpants or something like that. Now, the fit, for me, I actually really dig it. I'm skinnier now than I used to be. I think when I was bigger, I wouldn't necessarily like it as much just because it's not as baggy as I would prefer, because I don't have very long legs and I have wide thighs. But I'm 37 now. I actually think these are the dopest pants. I like them. Finding your own clothes, things that fit and look good on you, things that you just feel like yourself in. It's such a worthy sort of thing to actually solve, but it can also just take so much time and money and energy. But just sitting in a clothing store and you're just getting whatever the purchaser at that store is like, hey, these are the things that the kids like. I like that I can have a relationship with the makers themselves, right? Now, the waist on both of these pants from Western Rise doesn't have much in terms of stretch. I noticed that on both of them. More on the Diversion for sure, but both still have this kind of roly-poly thing under my muffin top, which took me a little while to get used to, I guess. Now I'm kind of used to it, I don't notice it. I notice that the Diversion Pant does it less, where it doesn't crinkle up at the top as much. So for me right now, if I was concocting my like minimal closet, like just the pairs of clothes, the pants that I need, it would be probably this. I could live in this Diversion Pant. I have for the last 30 days, I've worn this pant and nothing else. Basically, I've also worn this shirt and nothing else. The thing I like about this Merino shirt is like Merino stuff you can kind of be in for a while and it doesn't feel as gunky, as funky as cotton does. But I would have this pant, the Diversion Pant, for like my everyday, like I've done for the last month. I would also have their Evolution Pant for travel. Anytime I'm traveling someplace that gets a little warmer, I would just use that instead of this. Or if it's summertime here in San Diego, I would just use the Evolution instead of this. Then I would have that like comfy sweat pant. Right now, like my marine layers are really great. I'll link to those below in the description. Also, I have a sweatpant from Oliver's that's really good because it has zippers on the pocket. So if I put my AirPods and my phone on a lounge day, I can have those and be lying down with, like, you know, my kids watching some movie and my stuff doesn't fall out of my pockets. And for me, I have two other pants that I wear often. The Chino from Duer, which I like more than their jean, just because it doesn't try to look like a jean and it feels so comfy and so stretchy. The bummer is if you like wipe your nose and wipe it on those, you get used to being able to do that on this because it doesn't retain any information. But those things I'm having to wash more often, but they're so comfy and so, like, I don't know, stretchy and good. And then a pair of Duer jeans, because sometimes you just need a dark blue denim jean, cuff it at the bottom. Even though these look kind of sweatpant and legging-ish when you get close, from a distance, I think they do fine. Okay, that's enough of sitting like that for my knees. I'll link to everything in the description below, and YouTube. I do everything in a time code there so that you can find anything that I mention as it happens. Do you have a favorite pant? Like, do you have, I love having the most minimal closet that I can, right? Just the few items that I need, nothing more. I don't have to buy anything. I don't have to feel like I'm missing something. Having a sense of a little more classic fashion and just, and basics, the essentials, right? Not classic fashion. I don't know anything about fashion. I just like know what I like, right? And I like t-shirts and button-ups. I like these 4 or 5 pairs of pants that I mentioned just before. I can live with just 1 pair of pants as long as I wanted to, but I kind of like the variety. But getting your closet simple, people don't realize how powerful that is. Like, getting your life simple is so powerful for just like letting go of some old shit. And our closets tend to just like, I know the feeling of, here's my big trick, okay? My big trick on this is go to 33 items in your closet for 33 days, okay? I'll put together a little resource on like minimal closet stuff for you, okay? And it'll be in the link in the description below at this time code, because there's a little bit of a trick there where you go to 33 things, but you don't have to throw all that stuff out. Get a huge, big, hefty contractor bag, the big 55-gallon thick ones. Throw everything into that you're not keeping just for those 33 days. And that just goes someplace you don't see it, right? If you have an attic, that's a perfect place for it. Just get it out of sight and out of mind for 33 days. Then, you know, set a calendar event at the end of those 33 days. You could probably chart your course of like all the different things that, like, whoa, look at all the, like, sit down and fucking journal, right? Write in your journal. Or as my friends used to say to me, where's your Vajournal, Chase? Actually, I didn't say that. There's a song I wrote. I was listening to like a lot of Damien Rice and like singer-songwriter stuff, and the first words of this damn song were, I've been looking through my old journals. And my friends immediately started dubbing it with Vajournal. But write in your goddamn Vajournal about your life during that time, those 33 days, man. Changing what you put on every day, what you have the choices for every day, the cognitive load of getting dressed every morning is a real sort of cost to your emotional, your energetic life. Remember, minimal living is not about not having a lot, it's about only having what you need, right? And what you have to do to get to what you need is know thyself. I did like a video essay on satisfying yourself. I'll link to that in the description below. I'll actually put one of those things. I don't normally put those little things on because it's just more work, but I'll link to that there. Okay, y'all, links below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in this kind of thing. Click the like button if you're interested in this kind of thing, if you like this. Comment below, and please tell me if you have an item in your closet that you're like, this is my, what are the things that has actually changed your life in your closet? Like, I love that I found my shirt. It's this one, or something like that, okay? Love you. Talk to you later.